set. Welcome. Welcome. Okay. Welcome, Alex. Welcome to everybody else. Tonight we are doing some just talking and chatting. Well, maybe I'll read something. Oh, let me announce that I am live on Twitter. I think it's fair. How are you all doing? By the way, oh, papa. Okay, let me attach a cool screenshot to my tweet and my link. And we're all set, I guess. Michael, Nieto, hello, welcome, 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 welcome. Is the background noise too loud? Do you want me to lower it? Or maybe it's not loud enough? But hello, welcome. I wanted again to thank you all for yesterday. You made my day. I am so grateful for your support with all the subs and other stuff. And again, I can't thank you enough. I can't thank you enough. You're too kind. You're too kind. The Dark Flesh, welcome. How you doing? Matt, hello. My Carlos, hello. I will start designing both the Takimakura and the t-shirt design. Then I will talk to Beef about printing them, and as promised to the first 3 people that donated yesterday, I will be sending a shirt and Taki to Matt. I have no clue what the process of making one is, but I know someone who made the Takimakura already, so I will ask them to help me out. Dogs fought, and one of them moved my hand. Oh damn, did you put like bandages on it? Are you okay? I hope it doesn't hurt too much. What's the English word? Wait, I forgot. Let me. Close. There it is. My brain wasn't helping me. My sister got her back scratched by one of my cats. She was coming out at my of the shower, and the cat was trying to jump on her shoulder, and she scratched her back and left like a very deep scratch that thankfully healed now, but at the time it looked very bad. Semi that you're in famous extremes with 3 people or less. Well, I'm not famous, that is true, but there are a lot of good streamers that have also like more than 3 people, and honestly I wish that one day I can be able to have more people in my chat, because I am an entertainer and my goal is to entertain as many people as possible, you know. But welcome, Fury. Welcome, welcome. Okay, well, that's your loss, not mine. Have a nice evening, I guess. Well, okay, tonight, besides talking, I was thinking that maybe I could read you some more stories, or maybe like fairy tales. I think fairy tales would be fun to read. What do you guys think? Some old gory fairy tale. 1 second, got to reply. Okay. Busy, thank you. I'm over the worst, but I'm definitely going to be left-handed for a while. Oh dang. I hope that it won't be for too long. Remember to change bandages so that the wound heals faster, because it's not a good thing to keep the same bandage on for a long time. Did you have to have it like staged up? Is it that bad? I hope it's just like a bite that can heal in no time. That it's like, you know, maybe not too deep. My cat sometimes scratches me when she wants to play, and she have left marks over me, but thankfully they're usually not that deep. Visiv, welcome, welcome. How are you? So yeah, guys, like, if people come here and then leave because I have too many viewers apparently, just ignore them. It's their loss if they don't want to stay. Like, I'm not forcing to watch. I'm not forcing them to leave either. They can do whatever they want. Ultimately, I am not losing anything, because they would have gone away anyways if, say, I started to gain more traction, you know. Hello, Uchi. Welcome. How you doing? You know, some people are just weird, I guess. But that's okay. I'm here to make people sleep. And that's what I will be doing tonight, like always, on ASMR videos. Oh, my ASMR. The game too strong. Every vibration get cooked on my back. Now it's clean and bandaged. I will be back on mobile in a bit. Oh yes, sir. Take care. And clean the wound very often. So the screen, yeah. I thought I warned you guys, because that's kind of weird. Okay. Oh, thank you for reminding me to drink. Some water. I will be doing my nails soon, by the way. So I will be able to tap on things. Oh, let me mute while I drink, because the bottle is making a lot of noise. Okay, tonight, as I said, I will talk a bit and then I'll read you a story or two. Okay. How about I see. Next Gen Gamer, welcome. Welcome, welcome. Alright. Alright. Let me see what can be done tonight. Got 5 hours of sleep last night. Oh dang, that's not good. Let me try to fix that. I didn't have a lot of sleep recently, I'll be honest. But I recovered it with some more sleep after the subathon. Let me see if there's like a book. Oh yeah, no, wait, they're all in Italian, because my mom's the one downloading them from the ebook. I could actually read you The Witcher or a Stephen King book. Wait, let me download. There it is. Okay. Why can't I find Lovecraft uploaded in my library? I had a book here. Oh wait, I think I saw it somewhere. Oh no, it was a different book. I will check. so sorry. It happens to me too. A lot actually. Usually, well, Master Ukwe, if you don't read the rules and break one, it's not like I'm not gonna do anything. Read the rules like everybody else, because I'm not picking favorites. If you guys... Oh fuck. I thought I had insomnia in English, but it's in Italian. Now I'm disappointed in myself. Yeah, I have The Witcher in English. If you want me to read that. I already read the first one, and I started the second one recently. But, you know, I can still go on and read it again for you. If you wish. Don't remember which one was the first one. Bansab, thank you for the follow. Welcome to the Vampire Gang. Pizza Mantolino. Yes, I'm Italian. That's a joke I heard already. A lot of times actually. I'll give you a 5 out of 10. You can do better. See, you know the stereotypes. Make a better joke. Okay, actually, maybe one day I'll be doing Italian reading ASMR. But for now, might stick to Fairy. Oh, I'll read you guys one of the fairy tales that scared me the most when I was a child. Okay. Okay, I don't know if you have ever read it, but it's called Blue Beard, and it scared the shit out of me when I was young. And with young I mean like a little kid. I was like I think like 5. Okay, let me look on the internet if I can find the full story. Okay, there it is. Pearl Beard. Okay, let me open Libra so my eyes don't burn, because this site has a light blue background and my eyes are suffering. Ciao, thank you for the follow. Welcome to the Vampire Gang. What do you think about furries? I don't care about furries. Actually, I kinda respect them because they give a lot of money to artists, and I am an artist. And I would cry if a Fury came at me offering me 2,000 euros. Pay me to me, Furious. You're welcome here. I just want the money. You know, I don't care who's giving it to me. As long as it will pay my bills. You know. Okay. Like, it would be stupid to refuse money just because a Fury has given it to you. No. Like, just accept the fucking money. Throw his rainbow colored cat fucking another rainbow colored cat. I will accept that commission if the pay is of 2,000 euros. Okay? I have no shame. I'm a poor artist trying to make a living here, you know. If that's what it takes for me to pay my bills, then, Furies, I am waiting for you. I'm sorry for anyone who loses their head. Yeah, it must be awful. My grandpa lost not only the foot, but like a leg before dying. Like, he had to have it cut it off because it was decomposing basically, and unfortunately he died like a couple of weeks after. He was old though, he was like almost 90 years old. His health was terrible. I can't miss him. No, yeah, definitely miss him. He was a grumpy old man, but I liked him, you know. Sometimes he was like, yeah, he had gangrene basically, but he had also a lot of other problems. He couldn't move. He was basically dependent on a certain kind of medicine. It was like a painkiller, but he had to always take it because he was in pain constantly. Basically, he couldn't walk by himself anymore. It was like in a not a bad situation. Let's say it like that. And honestly, he should have probably died earlier because the state he was in was very sad to look at. Like, that must have been a relief because, you know, if I compare my grandpa in his last months to the grandpa of when I was a little kid, it was a completely different person. Like, we used to go into the woods looking for mushrooms and chestnuts, and he used to draw a lot. He was the one that actually made me want to draw. He drew with me, and I remember copying pictures out of books with him, and it was such a nice grandpa. And then he started getting sick and sicker with time passing by, up to the point where he could barely speak and barely see. And that's why I think that was like a welcome thing for him, because the state he was in, I wouldn't want to be alive in that state, you know. Welcome back. Sorry, I'm a bit tired, can't talk well. It's wrong to wish for that, but it's really suffering would have ended. Now, of course I wasn't wishing for my grandpa to die. What I meant is like, I don't think he would have wanted to live longer anyways, because of the pain he was in. And in Italy we don't have laws that permit euthanasia, so he couldn't even ask for that. Maybe in like Switzerland, or I think Switzerland legalized euthanasia. Maybe if he went there and asked for it, they would have given it to him, but you know, he fought until the very end. Despite the condition he was in, he still liked being here, and he still liked being around people. And I miss him because he was not the best grandpa, because sometimes he would be very stubborn, but he was still my grandpa, and I have very fond memories of him. I have just one of my grandparents left, which is my grandma, and she lives in the apartment under mine, so I see her every day. And I have good memories of all my grandpas. And my other grandma was a struggle, but yes, he was. He tried to walk and do things that he couldn't do anymore due to his age and condition, until it was physically impossible for him to move alone around. Like, we have a garden, and he kept trying to go to our garden to see like the tomatoes growing and care about the veggies we planted, even though he should have not done that because he was very old, and he always said that he was in pain and stuff, but he kept going around doing things. So, you know, he was a very strong personality, to say the least. I hope if there's something after that he is having a good time, you know. And I hope that he's watching over me. But enough talk of my grandpa, because you're gonna make me sad thinking about people I can't see anymore. I'll drink and I'll read you the bedtime story. 1 second. It's okay, Flash, it's not your fault. It's not anybody's fault. You know, it's fine. As I said, I have fond memories of him. I wish you could see how far I have gotten with life. I think he would be proud of me and my new career, you know. Okay, the story we're gonna read today is called Barba Blue, which translates to blue beard. And of course, it's in English. It's a bit gory, so you're warned. There was once a man who had fine houses, both in town and country, a deal of silver and gold plate, embroidered furniture, and couches gilded all over with gold. But this man was so unlucky as to have a blue beard, which made him so frightfully ugly that all the women and girls ran away from him. One of his neighbors, a lady of quality, had 2 daughters who were perfect beauties. He desired of her one of them in marriage, leaving to her choice which of the 2 should bestow on him. Neither of them would have him, and they sent him backwards and forward from one to the other, not being able to bear the thoughts of marrying a man who had already had been married to several wives, and nobody knew what had become of them. Bluebeard, to engage their affection, took them with their mother and 3 of 4 ladies of their acquaintance with other young people of the neighborhood to one of his country houses, where they stayed a whole week. The time was filled with parties, hunting, fishing, dancing, mirth, and feasting. Nobody went to bed, but all passed the night in rallying and joking with each other. In short, everything succeeded so well that the youngest daughter began to think that the man's beard was not so very blue after all, and that he was a mighty civil gentleman. As soon as they returned home, the marriage was concluded. About a month afterwards, Bluebeard told his wife that he was obliged to take a country journey for 6 weeks at least, about affairs of very great consequences. He desired her to divert herself in his absence, to send for her friends and acquaintances, to make them into the country if she pleased, and to make good cheer whenever she was. Here, said he, are the keys to the 2 great wardrobes, wherein I have my best furniture. These are to my silver and gold plate, which is not everyday news. These open my strong boxes, which hold my money, both gold and silver. These my caskets of jewels, and this is the master key to all my apartments. But as for this little one here, it is the key to the closet at the end of the great hall on the ground floor. Open them all, go into each and every one of them, except that little closet which I forbid you, and forbid it in such a manner that if you happen to open it, you may expect my just anger and resentment. She promised to observe very exactly whatever he ordered. Then he, after having embraced her, got into his coach and proceeded on his journey. Her neighbors and good friends did not wait to be sent for by the newly married lady. They were impatient to see all the rich furniture of her house, and had not dared to come while her husband was there, because of his bluebird, which frightened them. They ran through all the rooms, closets, and wardrobes, which were also fine and rich, that they seemed to surpass one another. After that, they went up in the 2 great rooms, which contained the best, richest furnitures. They could not sufficiently admire the number and beauty of the tapestry, beds, couches, cabinets, stands, tables, and looking glasses, in which you might see yourself from head to foot. Some of them were framed with glass, others with silver, plain and gilded, the finest and most magnificent that they had ever seen. This is not to extol and envy the happiness of their friend, who in the meantime in no way diverted herself in looking upon all these rich things, because of an impatience she had to go and open a closet on the ground floor. She was so much pressed by her curiosity that, without considering that it was very uncivil for her to leave her company, she went down a little back staircase, and with such excessive haste that she nearly fell and broke her neck. Having come to the closed door, she made a stop for some time, thinking about her husband's orders and considering what unhappiness might attend her if she was disobedient. But the temptation was so strong that she could not overcome it. 1 second. It seems that my tracking is kinda weird. Okay. Archie, welcome. Okay, let me continue my fairy tale. Having come to the closest door, she made a stop for some time, thinking about her husband's orders and considering what unhappiness might attend her if she was disobedient. But the temptation was so strong that she could not overcome it. She then took the lock key and opened it, trembling. At first, she could not see anything plainly because the windows were shut. After some moments, she began to perceive that the floor was all covered over with clotted blood, on which lay the bodies of several dead women ranged against the walls. These were all the wives whom Bluebeard had married and murdered, one after another. She would have to die for fear, and the key, which she pulled out of the lock, fell out of her hand. After having somewhat recovered her surprise, she picked up the key, locked the door, and went upstairs into her chamber to recover, but she could not, so much was she frightened. Having observed that the key to the closet was stained with blood, she tried 2 or 3 times to wipe it off, but the blood would not come out. In vain did she wash it, and even rub it with soap and sand. The blood still remained, for the key was magical, and she could never make it quite clean. When the blood was gone off from one side, it came again on the other. Bluebird returned from his journey the same evening, saying that he had received letters upon the road, informing him that the affair in Wenteboot had concluded to his advantage. His wife did all she could to convince him that she was extremely happy about his speedy return. The next morning, she asked him the next morning he asked her for the keys, which she gave him, but with such trembling hand that he easily guessed what happened. "What?" said he. "Is not the key of my closet among the rest?" "I must," said she, "have left it upstairs upon the table." "Fail not," said Bluebird, "to bring it to me at once." After several goings backwards and forward, she was forced to bring him the key. Bluebird, having very attentively considered it, said to his wife, "Why is the blood on the key?" "I do not know," cried the poor woman, paler than death. "You do not know," replied Bluebeard. "I very well know. You went into the closet, did you not?" "Very well, madam. You shall go back and take your place among the ladies you saw there." Upon this, she threw herself at her husband's feet and begged his pardon with all the signs of a true repentance, vowing that she would never more be disobedient. She would have melted the rock, so beautiful and so sorrowful was she. But Bluebeard had a heart harder than any rock. "You must die, madam," said he, "at once." "Since I must die," answered she, looking upon him with her eyes all bathed in tears, "give me some little time to say my prayers." "I give you," replied Bluebeard, "half a quarter of an hour, but not 1 moment more." When she was all alone, she called out to her sister and said to her, "Sister Anne," for what was her name, "go up, I beg you, to the top of the tower, and look if my brothers are not coming. They promised me that they would come today, and if you see them, give them a sign to make haste." Her sister Anne went up to the top of the tower, and the poor afflicted wife cried out from time to time, "Anne, Sister Anne, do you see anyone coming?" And Sister Anne said, "I see nothing but a cloud of dust in the sun, and the green grass." In the meanwhile, Bluebeard, holding a great saber in his hand, cried out as loud as he could bawl to his wife, "Come down instantly, or I shall come up to you." Wait, let me try. "I am coming," answered his wife, and then she cried, "Anne, Sister Anne, do you not see anyone coming?" "I see," replied Sister Anne, "a great cloud of dust approaching us." "Are they my brothers?" "Alas, no, my dear sister, I see a flock of sheep." "Will you not come down?" cried Bluebeard. "1 moment longer," said his wife, and then she cried out, "Anne, Sister Anne, do you see nobody coming?" "I see," said she, "2 horsemen, but they are still a great way off." "God be praised," replied the poor wife joyfully. "They are my brothers. I will make them a sign, as well as I can, for them to make haste." Then Bluebeard bawled out so loud that he made the whole house tremble. The distressed wife came down and threw herself at his feet, all in tears, with her hair about her shoulders. "This means nothing," said Bluebeard. "You must die." Then, taking hold of her hair with one hand and lifting up the sword with the other, he prepared to strike off her head. The poor lady, turning about him and looking at him with his dying eyes, desired him to afford her 1 little moment to recollect herself. "No, no," said he, "commend yourself to God," and was just ready to strike. At this very instant there was such a loud knocking at the gate that Bluebeard made a sudden stop. The gate was opened and 2 horsemen entered. Drawing their swords, they ran directly to Bluebeard. He knew them to be his wife's brothers, one a dragoon, the other a musketeer. so that he ran away immediately to save himself, but the two brothers pursued and overtook him before he could get to the steps of the porch. Then they ran their swords through his body and left him dead. The poor wife was almost as dead as her husband and had no strength enough to rise and welcome her brothers. Bluebeard had no heirs, and so his wife became mistress of all his estate. She made use of one part of it to marry her sister Anne to a young gentleman who had loved her a long while, another part to buy captain's commissions for her brothers, and the rest to marry herself to a very worthy gentleman who made her forget the ill time she had passed with Bluebeard. And that's the end of the tale. Congrats on the Sabaton was some of the vote. That's the top secret at the end. Shh, don't tell people. Don't tell them. It's a secret. Okay. Must remain a secret. Top secret. Okay, I need to fix my camera because then it keeps moving and I don't know where to place it. The lights. Oh shit. Wait a second. I just realized one thing. There are a lot of things on my desk right now, and they kinda got all tied up together. So I need to untangle them. Wait a second. Okay, done. This should be all untangled now. Perfect. Okay, beautiful. Fixed. Whatever it was, fixed. Okay, no, there's definitely a bug. It's okay if I look this way. Mouth tracking works. If I look at this way, not really. Is it because of the light? That's a bit inconsistent. I have no idea. No idea. Oh well, I wish sleeping was easy so I can sleep this itching away. Yeah. Unfortunately, sometimes sleeping can be very hard task. PC Wi-Fi headset controller and a keyboard, a mouse and a small desk. Yeah, same. I have a lot of cables going around under my PC. So, they got all tangled up, and sometimes I need to untangle them at the best of my abilities. Thunder 81056, welcome. Like your beautiful model and avatar and outfit as well. How are you doing today on Wednesday? Today, and I'm currently to your Twitch channel. Well, welcome. I'm doing very fine. Thank you for asking. I'm a bit tired, but that's something a bit constant. I'm always tired. This is my first time watching you on Twitch right now. Well, you're very welcome. I hope you will have a good stay here. You're my first favorite beautiful Twitch streamer ever and always been. Thank you. Yes, I am doing a ASMR stream. I just finished reading a fairy tale and I was thinking about what to do now. Vampires should try sleeping for a few years at a time. Yeah, actually that's a very good idea. I'll just say fuck at all my responsibilities and just go take a full year nap. That's a great idea. Why didn't I think about that earlier? I should have been smarter than that. I should have slept for a couple of 1,000 years. Ready to know the swearing? Well, yes. No. Wait, how long was it? While I was reading the story. I think I didn't. No, I think I was able to not swear for 30 minutes actually. Do I have to do it from now? I will do it from now. I will put a timer. Wait. Do I have... Okay. I will put a timer. Because that's how ASMR works. You gotta whisper. You can't scream during ASMR. You know? Okay, heck. Okay, let me... Okay, I will load it right now. Window. Or drink blood for energy. I like braid. Oh wait, that's the wrong. No, wait. No, what? Where's the timer? The fuck? Wait a second. Trigger the bad word or no? What do you mean with that? No, I do not kill people. I'm an ethical vampire. I drink blood only if people give me consent. These are just words. Some people choose to be offended. Yeah. Like your hair color is plumping. Thank you. I've had it like that for actually a while. No, this is Clip Studio. That's very weird. What the heck? I can't get the timer to show up for some reason, so I'll start it from now on. 30s, 29 and 54. It's 54 midnight, so at 1 a.m. and 24 minutes I will be able to swear again, like I usually do. Yes, I do. Please though don't spam replies the same question over and over. Are you two? Are you two guys? Don't worry. Like, I may be a little bit slow at catching our replies if I'm doing something, but I read every single reply. I'm not gonna swear. I promise you. I will not be swearing for 30 minutes, as promised. Don't swear that often. You haven't heard me playing Overwatch yet. You will see during my Overwatch ranked stream. You'll see. You'll see. I like to think that I have self-control, usually, but not that much when it comes to playing Overwatch, because that game just makes me so angry. So angry. Like you're playing a super nice game, right? Everything goes well, then you die, and fuck it. Fuck. Okay, I restart the timer. I lasted 2 minutes, by the way. Okay, that doesn't count. That was it. That was just a test. That was a test. Okay. Shut up, Archie. Shut it. It was a test. That doesn't count. Thank you for joining the server. Make sure to read all the rules. And welcome. Okay. 2 minutes now, come on. I've never played Tom Clancy, and not even Clash Royale. I usually play. Well, I like Overwatch. It's a fun game when people don't flame you for nothing. I used to play a lot of Call of Duty when I was mostly on PS4 and on PC. But yes, I played Call of Duty. I love Battlefield. I loved playing Battlefield. I've played a lot of that games. Damn, I feel old because I played them on PC. Like, I remember the very first one. And it was a lot of fun. I really like Battlefield. It's such a shame that the last one is so terrible. I was able to swear again, but I stopped myself. It's just a strategy-based game, but the devs just don't know what balance means and people just spam the bridge. I see. Battlefield 1 is my favorite, mostly because of the setting. I love World War I settings, and that game also visually is so well made, and the shooting, if you take a sniper and you manage to learn how to use them and hit people, it's just chef kiss. I'm pretty good actually with a sniper on Battlefield. Well, the first one on Battlefield 4, the strongest weapon are like if I remember correctly, the automatic ones. While in Battlefield 1 the meta was different. Completed The Last of Us yesterday, wasn't too bad except for the ending. I have not played it myself, but I watched a friend play through it. It's not really my kind of game, you know. I usually prefer to play something different. stories, but I also like the amount of action in Call of Duty. Yeah, Call of Duty is fun. If you prefer more arcade kind of shooting games, Battlefield is a tad bit more hardcore. Not that much, but like it hits different, you know. It feels a bit different, which is not a bad thing, mind you. I guess it just goes down to which one you prefer to play and which kind of shooting feels best to you. Now, Battlefield 1's campaign, yeah, I just feel like it was a great game that people kind of glossed over because they were used to how the fourth one was with like the weapons, but I really like one. I think it's my favorite out of all the Battlefield games. I'm kinda tempted to buy Battlefield 5. Actually no, I have it. Because they gave it, I skipped that one because when I looked at it when it came out, I looked at some gameplays and I didn't find it very entertaining. Honestly, it looked a bit boring, so I skipped it. But they gave it for free a while ago on Twitch, so technically I could play that. I'm much more of a person shooter type of person. I love FPS games. I just wish there were a little bit more options. I'm still waiting for Titanfall 3. I'm sitting here staring at Respawn. I'm like, please Respawn, very please. I'm waiting. Come on. Please. I don't know which Battlefield it was because I played almost all of them in a week. Oh, I see. One of them had a stealth mission. Fuck. Oh no, I swear again. I lasted 7 minutes. I restart the timer. See, it's not my fault. Don't think about it. Okay. No swearing. Hanzo, you can do it. You can do it. Okay. Clever, thank you for the follow. Welcome to the Vampire Gang. How are you? Big fan of Cope as well. Playing campaign with a friend is the best experience. I'm doing fine. Thank you for asking. And don't worry, we're all here to relax. So just sit down and try to sleep. Even if you can't take part to the conversation, you're still here after all. You know. Gonna bet 10 minutes this time. Oh come on, I can do it. 30 minutes are not that long, okay? I just need to read another story. You know, that's a trick. That's the trick. My biggest trick. But now that I reveal it, it's kind of useless, isn't it? Okay, no, I'll do that square and fair. I will be talking and I will not be swearing. I look at the timer so I know how much time it's left for me. pins and needles in my injured arm. Bruh. Why? Please, take care of that arm. You don't need to torture it even more. There's no point. My back is hurting. That's okay, that's normal. I am always in pain after all, physically. I should get a massage to my back because damn, it hurts. Sometimes, you know, when I don't sleep well. Tell vampire weakness, but I don't need to know. I won't hunt anybody down. Come on, Arch. Eventually I'll know your favorite food, you know. I will bribe with that. Just start myself for the sake of it at this point. No, please take better care of you. Thank. You don't have to. Like, you're not a martyr or something. You don't have to if you stick it yourself. I'm probably gonna wake up and find out it's fallen off or something. I hope not, because that would be a very bad situation. I wouldn't want my arm to fall off while I'm sleeping, you know. Doesn't seem like a fun thing. Okay, Archie, what's your favorite food? I will discover it. Is it pizza? Everybody loves pizza. I will bring you pizza. I will bring you all the pizza that you want. If you tell me what your weakness is, I will bring you the best handmade pizza. How does that sound? That's right there, my arm fell off while I was sleeping as opposed to being awake. Well, yeah, that's fair. Because I think, well, it would be horrifying either way, but at least if you're sleeping you don't have to look at it. Like imagine turning around and you look at your arm and it's fallen off. Like, I would be extremely scared if it was that the case, you know. I can't supply pizza, but can you supply Italian handmade pizza? Can you? It's handmade and it's Italian. Italian handmade pizza. Tasty. Oh, I hit my hand against my desk. Set. Run a pizza business in my garage. Oh really? Then send me pizza as proof. Handmade Italian pizza is the best, no competition. See, I can provide you with all the pizza that you want. I made an Italian TM. I was woken up with the same arm completely dead and I'm from sleeping on it. Oh, that happened to me too. It was awful. Like, it felt like somebody got an arm that wasn't body, and I could touch the arm, but I couldn't move it. I couldn't feel anything. Like I knew that it was there, but I felt like someone else's arm, and it was so weird. And I wonder, is that how people that previously had an arm that had to be cut off feel? Like when they say that they can still feel the arm and quote move the arm, is that how it feels? Real Pusho, thank you for the follow. Welcome to the Vampire Gang. How are you? Got frightened and got up fast and this one can hit my face. No way, that's so funny. That's so funny. Bro, really? Smack and Die Chicks, welcome. Thank you for the follow. Welcome to the Vampire Gang. How are you? Did you guys ever experience sleep paralysis? And did you ever see a sleep paralysis demon? Oh, let me drink, by the way. I experienced sleep paralysis a couple of times, but I've never experienced the quote-unquote sleep paralysis demons. They say that they appear like that it's your brain making them real, but I've never seen them. Sleep paralysis is fucking scary. Yeah, no, okay, that's... Do you wanna hear my experience? Cause it makes me laugh every time I think about it. Okay, so I woke up and I couldn't move and I couldn't feel my body, like I couldn't do anything right, and I felt like someone was there, but I'm a chicken. No, wait, did I swear? What did I say? Oh no, if you write the swear word, it doesn't count, guys, because I'm reading a comment. That's cheating. You're cheating, aren't you? That doesn't count. I'm not resetting the timer for that one. Yeah, don't do that. I'm watching. Next time I will take 5 minutes off of my timer if someone tries to cheat. Okay. But yeah, as I was saying, I couldn't move, like I was paralyzed basically, and I felt like something was at the other end of my bed, right? But as I said, I'm a chicken, a complete coward when it comes to these events, so I just said, heck it, I am not doing this right now, and I closed my eyes and went back to sleep, and I fell asleep again and woke up like a couple of hours, I assume, later, and the sun was high in the sky, the birds were chirping. No weird scary monster demon thingy was looking at me from the end of my bed, and I probably avoided a terrible experience. I straight up said nah to my sleep paralysis demon. Not now, buddy. I'm too tired. Sleep paralysis is your cycle messing up, which means you can have waking dreams, hallucination, basically. Can be real confusing. Yeah, because like you can't move, but it feels like you are waking up. You know, you are awake, but you can't move because you're not really awake, and it's so weird and scary. First time it happened, I couldn't tell what was going on, actually, but I besides that one that I said no thank you to, I don't think I've ever hallucinated badly. Used to hear ghosts in the house. Really? Story. Tell us the story. I'm curious. My problem is that I have a fervid imagination. So, like, my brain makes things scarier than what they would be normally. Like, I love horror. I am a big horror fan, but I do not like nightmares. And I do not like to get scared because my fantasy is too big and says, oh, you know what, Hanzo? I'm gonna make you dream that there's someone outside the window and is trying to murder you. What do you say about that, Hanzo? Seems like a good idea. And I'm like, brain. No, it's not. And my brain says, but it is. I'll do it now. Watch, you'll have fun. And I don't have fun. I do not. I used to hear footstep, knife chopping on the candy board, and when I heard whispering, a flipping spoke back. Oh. But was it like during your sleep paralysis, or like actually moments where you were awake? I don't have ghost stories, unfortunately, because this place is boring, so nothing really happens. Mostly lucid dreams and quite lucky in that regard. Being in control of when I dream makes them really enjoyable. I can't lucid dream on command, but like sometimes I like to say I can semi-lucid dream. Like, I know that I'm in a dream and I can move around and do things, but I can't decide what will happen in my dreams. I can't change my dreams. I can just move inside them, you know? Like, I can interact with things, but I can't really say, for example, oh, I'm in a haunted house. Nah, I want this to be a nice, cozy cabin in the woods, and I want it to be a cozy winter, and I want my boyfriend here with me, and we are having a cozy vacation there, and there are like cute animals outside, and it's a nice place. You know, I can do that. If I'm in a haunted house, I'm in the haunted house. I can't just walk around, you know. I'm not sure if I was fully awake because it was really late, and some nights I don't know if I got no sleep or if it's just I don't remember sleeping. I don't believe in ghosts, which is weird, because you'd think that I would, but nonetheless I get scared. I would flip out if I witnessed an inexplicable event. I think I would get super scared, and my anxiety would just go to the top, to the very top, and I would probably start questioning everything I know, and it wouldn't be nice. Like panicking. I would panic. I would panic so badly. Like, oh no, my beliefs. They were shattered. Dang. Oh, 11 minutes left on the timer, by the way. Yeah. Don't experience that anymore, thankfully, but sleep paralysis is no joke. Yeah, I can just imagine. I am scared actually when it comes to sleep paralysis because I am scared of getting it. Like, I wouldn't want to get sleep paralysis, but it's something that you can't control, and I think that's what scares me also about the experience, because you can't control it and you will never know if you are experiencing it or not, you know. It's scary. It is indeed. Ever since I can remember, I've been having the same 4 sets of dreams, just that as it's some memories and storyline. Most of the time a superhero, for example. I've never met anyone else with the same experience of sleep and dreams. I have recurring dreams actually. One of them I've tracked it since my childhood. Like sometimes I still have the dream and I have like the setting and the lore of that place ingrained in my brain, and I actually want to make a comic or a story out of it because it's something I'm so familiar with, you know. Okay, sorry, important message. Got a reply. Where's the smiley face? Okay. When I'm in a particular dream where they have all of its memories. Yeah, same. Like, once it was a guy standing next to my bed or something, and I tried to get up and I couldn't. There, a loud ringing in my ears, and cage banging sounds when they stopped, and it was torture. Oh no, yes, that's definitely sleep paralysis at its peak horror. It's so scary. Yeah, that sounds horrifying at the very least. The recurring dream that I have is about like a sort of resort, an island resort, a tropical island thingy, where basically there's this secret lab, because there's this mountain. Okay, so there's the resort, and it has like pools, a spa, an hotel, and such. And there's like a small tropical jungle and a mountain, and inside the mountain, carved in secret, there are secret caves that were used as laboratory for secret experiments. And like oh, Sonia Grunker, thank you for the follow. Welcome to the Vampire Gang. How are you? But yes, so there are. Oh, Kira, wow, welcome. Hi, Kira, thank you so much for the raid. Welcome, raiders. Let me introduce myself for those that don't know me. Hi, I'm Hanzo, a vampire queen. A very smooth-brained one. And I can't swear for 6 minutes and 43 seconds. Still, I am doing some ASMR tonight, but I usually also stream art in the afternoon. How was your stream, Kira? Did it go well? We were talking about sleep paralysis and dreams. Reito, yes. So, in my recurring dream, basically, there is this secret lab that's like carved in this mountain, right? As I was saying, and you can get access to it through a secret passage hidden in a abandoned cage that belonged to like monkeys, because that island has like a sort of zoo, and there were monkeys, but the cages were unused, and they were kinda hidden from the public eye. And once you get inside, you can find like the documents of all the researchers, and there were also some experiment subjects still alive inside cages, and they looked like some sort of human monkey, pale and bald creature. Like imaging, it's more like a monkey, but it had some human characteristics, like the skin, like it had no fur, it was completely bald, and it had somewhat human semblances, and they were very aggressive, and there were researchers, because this sort of experiments were supposed to be like the result of researches on how to make humans evolve into like an even superior species. I'm mad because I was lost in Indonesia and Padang City trolled me. Confused the cities. Oh, don't worry, Kira. I'm sure you did better than me. I am terrible at geography. Sleep paralysis. No. Well, yes, but we're talking about dreams now. Pretty creepy. Yes, it was. Because, like, there were also chemicals in the air and water that I was, for whatever reason, immune to. Might be plot armor, I don't know. I was the protagonist of the dream after all. And everybody else got like more aggressive when they got exposed to like this resort and the chemicals that were around. And I remember about this dream, every time I go, I try to discover more and more things about the experiments, because like it seems that the caves are sort of abandoned. Like sometimes people visit them, but generally speaking, there might not be a lot of scientists checking. Just probably play a few, and I found it weird, and I was trying to know more, because in all my trips I never met anybody in the caves, but I knew that there was something wrong with the place overall. I think I don't dream anymore. I love dreaming. It gives me ideas for cool stories. I think in general, my geography is slightly above average, but Asia is a grey area. I can barely tell where Italy is, honestly. No, it's a joke. Like, I generally know, like, the most important things, but I can get easily lost when I'm unfamiliar with a location. Don't usually dream, but when I do, it's either horrible or horribly weird. I love weird dreams. I've made tons of weird dreams, like a lot of them. Sometimes I forget them, some other times I remember them fully, some others I remember them for like 10 minutes when I just woke up and I forget them, or I just remember a couple of details and that's all. Let me drink some water and then I'll be back. Okay. Like, I remember one time I had this dream. I don't remember the details, but I was doing like a boat race with some friends against some other friends, and I won. My team won, but then like we got lost on the lake somehow because it was like we were in a part of the lake that nobody was familiar with, and there was a train also that we thought about taking to go back to the city. We came, oh, no swearing, complete, yeah, let's go. No swearing, no swearing. I completed a task. I can swear again. I can swear again. Yes, 30 full minutes of not saying fuck, except for Archie that tried to sneak one in the comments. That didn't count because he was cheating. But yes, 30 minutes. Whoa. It's funny how the other just when you drink water. Well, it does this also. Do you want some water sound? I'm spilling water. I closed it wrong. Fuck. Thanks, God, I can swear again. By the way, 1 minute. We're 1 minute in after the challenge got completed, and I already swore like 10 times. I was without dreams, I was in prison. Then the government came and said that I was given drugs to stop my power from an early age. But then now they needed me to save the planet from aliens. Turns out that was a government experiment. Long story short, still fighting aliens in space. We lost Earth. Well, not a great loss, if you ask me. With all the bad things humans did to Earth, it's kind of deserved, you know. Well, good luck with fighting them in space. still have a slight cold. Sorry about that. Medlet, yes, you have my support. And I hope you'll be able to fight the aliens and win. Yes, get your win, your well-deserved win. That's a old set of dreams, I see. Okay, I had another recurring dream that I can't talk about. And it's weird because there are Shaggy and Scooby-Doo with me. And we are inside the haunted house with a real monster. And we often try to solve the mystery and get to know why the monsters are there, where they come from. But we get discovered because they see us and we have to run away. And we ended up running away on a flying balloon. We fly away, we escape with a flying balloon. We would die otherwise, you know. Depressed Wolf Killer, welcome to the live stream and welcome to the Vampire Gang. Thank you for the follow. How are you? So basically, we fight sort of the monsters to run away, and I've had this dream multiple times actually, and there's always Scooby and Shaggy with me, and it's so weird. You got them fly eggs. No, we have a flying balloon that's already set for flying, so we just jump on it. We remove the anchor or whatever it's keeping it down, and we fly away. Remember speaking to my subconscious in a dream, just a random person, and giving them all my powers if they agree to fight me. No shit, my subconscious absolutely bothered me, started using special powers like portals that I hadn't thought of consciously myself. Oh, big mistake. Bruh. Oh, that's cool though. Is it your nemesis now? Like the big bad evil guy? I'm curious to know. Common people have cool dreams because we have a lot of fantasy, I guess. And I wouldn't call my dream about Scooby-Doo cool, honestly. It was very weird, especially if you lived through it more than once. Don't even remember how it ended. Just get snakes in a cave or distorted shit. Hey, snakes in a cave sounds cool. I love snakes. Snakes are pretty. I would love to hang out in a cave full of snakes. I can't think right now of any other good dreams I had. Oh yeah, wait, there was a dream where I was with my friend during a zombie apocalypse and we were fighting the zombies. Oh, and I had another dream where there was a dictatorship sort of thing, and me and my family, we basically got forced by the government to be secluded in this building that was isolated from the rest of the world, and it was hidden in the woods up in a mountain or a hill, and it was far from our house. And people started disappearing Like, we noticed first my mom, then my dad, my sister and I noticed that they disappeared. They weren't in their rooms anymore. They were nowhere to be seen. And we decided to start looking for them. And we stuck together all the time so that we wouldn't lose each other. And we went to the grocery store. There was also my boyfriend that disappeared among the people, and we were looking for clues, trying not to be suspicious because we didn't want the government to find out, right? And we saw our dad. We recognized him because he was all masked, like the face covered as much as possible, so they wouldn't recognize him as because he was a runaway. So basically, they kidnapped him along with other people to move to a different location and probably experiment on them. But my dad didn't know. He wasn't sure, but he managed to run away, and he managed to bring my boyfriend and my mom with him too, and they were hiding. And he did not tell me and my sister where they were hiding because he wanted to make us also escape and hide and run from the country, because apparently it was that the whole situation was happening only here in Italy, in my stream. So, like, we asked him for a way to contact him, and he said that if we had any problem, we could send like a message through a bird. We would have known which bird it was when we saw it, and Jesus told us that he would have contacted us again in the short future to deliver the plan. But we kinda got discovered, right? So the government agents got suspicious of my sister and I activities, and they like locked us into a room, and because they told us to wait there because someone wanted to talk to us, and they were trying to scare us because they locked us in a room that also had like looked like a bathroom, right? And when we opened the VC, like we looked into the VC and we saw a head floating inside the water, basically, and in the toilet. Yes, it was floating in the toilet. Decomposed head of a man, and we got scared and we thought, oh shit, they know we gotta run away as soon as possible. And we opened, there was a window, right? It had bars, but we could still open it from the inside, and we saw a white pigeon, and when it saw us, it came to us, and we knew that this bird was the bird or that was talking about. And we took some toilet paper. My sister had a pen, so she wrote like a message on the toilet paper. Then we tied the whole piece with the message. We gave it to the bird, and they flew away to deliver the message. And then I woke up, so I don't know how it ended. Middle child had to look after myself, so I will make up stories when younger and use my imagination to have fun. Read a lot as well. Yeah, same here. Recurrent dream with me and my family fighting an apocalypse. Oh, that's a cool one. Apocalypse dreams are always fun. I agree. Apocalypse dreams are so much fun. like fighting zombies. I don't know, it's satisfying. Remember so much from your dreams, you sure it didn't really happen? Yeah, I'm pretty sure. I don't remember all of them, but some of them, if I think they're interesting and I remember them when I wake up, I basically go over the story at least one time right after I woke up so that I can remember it later. I go over it a couple of times and try to remember as many details as possible. It works for me. One thing that other people do, like my friend does that, is they write them down. Like they wake up, they write down immediately what dream they had. I can remember them if I retell the story to myself after waking up. I don't have to write it down because I can remember it. But yeah, it's just because a matter of wanting to remember a particular story. It's a cool concept, and the dream is terrifying for my life. Yeah, can be scary or fun. Depends if the zombies are actually dangerous, you know. I'll try lucid dreaming, but I will mess it up somehow and create the worst possible nightmares. Well, sleep paralysis are actually more common if you lucid dream. So if you're prone to have sleep paralysis, I would honestly refrain myself from lucid dreaming as to avoid the demons staring at you from the fucking bed, you know. The government is still suspicious of you. Yeah, probably. I think it's funny when I have a supposed nightmare. The amount of times I've had a crazy lunatic come at me with a chainsaw and I just raise my hands and delete him. LGNTP, welcome. A Skyrim experience. Random thief attacks me and I just one top them with the soul tear shout. Vey. I think that if I had a lucid dream with a hot killer with a cool mask running towards me, I would just pretend to fall down and I will be like, oh no, Mr. Serial Killer, don't hurt me, please. I am so fucked right now. Wink, wink. Please do not take advantage of my body. I can't run away from you. I just keep on falling. I have problems, guys, okay? I have a lot of problems and a lot of issues that I should be unpacking right now, but we won't think about them. We'll pretend I'm okay mentally, which I'm clearly not, but you know. I just have a thing for slashers, okay? I think first time as a slasher I was like in that edgy teenage phase, you know, where you're like, yeah, killing is fun, blood, gore, violence. My soul is darker than pitch black itself, you know, and I love the horror movies, okay? Boyfriend is definitely writing that. Actually, I should tell him. I should tell him on Halloween to come to my house and break in with like a fucking Michael Myers mask on. That's a great idea. movies a lot, and slashers are my favorite. And there are some slashers that are just very dear in my heart, and I got attached to them, like Jason, exactly. Girl places. I can be the final girl that dies to Jason in the second movie, but I could be the other final girl that I think still dies. I don't remember. It's been a while. I should have watched the movies. Oh, because in the second one, it ends with like Jason trying to attack the final girl, and then she gets the better of him, and it quote unquote dies. But we all know he doesn't really die, and even when he dies, he doesn't die because he comes back, you know. Friday the 13th timeline is so weird, honestly. I like horror movies, but they are so predictable for me and don't scare me. Yeah, don't watch them for getting scared. I usually watch them because I like the plot. I like slashers because they're fun to watch instead of being scary, you know. I like to see how creative the people get with the kills, and you know, the plot of some slashers is very nicely written. Look at Scream, for example. It has a great plot that goes well with the slasher genre, you know. Or Friday the 13th, like, it's a cult movie for a reason. Then there's also Evil Dead. I would suggest you to watch all the classic 70s, 80s horror movies, honestly, because they're a fun watch. They're always a fun watch. There's a killer in the house. Oh no. Quickly run up the stairs. You'll be safe up there. Yeah. The blood just played Doom. Doom is just a power tree. Yeah, Doom is fun. But you know, sometimes you just want to see people dying in a weird way. That's why you watch slashers mostly. It's a formula that can be more or less Fallout, but you'll always have a very sexy serial killer. I mean, a cool serial killer, and a group of people that will eventually die, except for one girl at the end. And there's blood again for some of them more than others. The Frighteners with Michael J. Fox. Wait, I don't know if I watched it. Maybe I watched it in the past in Italian and it had a different name. Yeah, it has a completely different name. But I have never seen it. I don't think it was very popular here in Italy. I will give it a watch though. It seems fun. Satisfying to kill demons and see the blood and guts spill. Yeah, Doom is such a fun game. I love Doom. And I love Mick Gordon music that went along with the last two Dooms, and it's just great overall. Yeah, in Italian it's the title got translated to suspended in time, basically. Italians have a terrible habit of translating titles in something that has a completely line, so they really fit with the movie itself. I'll make an example. So the Texas Chainsaw Massacre, it got translated to not open that door. Bruh, what does this has to do with the whole movie? Like, I actually got curious. I wanted to, like, I watched the Texas Chainsaw Massacre, right? And I watched it in English. Okay, like I always do. And then, like, someone was talking, like, mentioned, one of my other friends, it was like, oh yeah, you should watch Don't Open That Door, it's a great movie. And I was like, huh, I wonder what it is. I kinda like the title, and I searched for it, and it turns out it's fucking Chainsaw Massacre. And I was like, bruh, why? Why? Don't open the damn door. That's a fucking chainsaw. Yeah, I remember that line. Makes sense. No, not really though. Yeah, it's the movie with Leatherface. Like, you can't take one single line that it's like, it's not one of the most iconic things that you remember about the movie, and use that as the title, you know. Like, what's the problem? What's the problem of just calling it Texas Chainsaw Massacre in Italian as well? Like, seriously, why not just keep the same title but translate it literally? Like, I remember that line. Yes, that's like, I was about to, I brain farted. I was saying I don't even remember the line, and I was thinking, and I was like, maybe they said it in the second movie, which I don't remember that well, which would actually fit with the movie because it was more of a comedic one. They embraced the gore, basically. But yeah, like, I was thinking about it, I was like, I shouldn't watch them. Actually, I've watched them a long time ago. What I remember most about the first one is the chasing scene of the final girl, the one into the woods. And, well, the end, of course, where she runs like in the middle of the road, she jumps on a car and they just speed away, you know. Deal Daddy! Oh wow! Oh, thank you for the raid. Oh, those are a lot of people. Hello, welcome raiders. How was your stream, Tilda? Did it go well? Thank you so much. So much for the raid. Colness63, thank you for the follow. Welcome to the Vampire Gang. Furious Nightingale, thank you so much. Welcome. Thank you so much for the follow too. Let me introduce myself. I am Hanzo, a vampire queen, horror movie connoisseur. I have a smooth brain, and I'm doing some ASMR tonight. We were discussing movies, specifically in this case slashers, and how Italian movies titles get translated in a weird way. Tilda, thank you for the follow. And thank you again for the raid. How was your stream though? Did you have fun? Also, I apologize for my English. I'm not a native speaker. I'm doing my best though. Definitely wasn't discussing Texas Chainsaw Massacre. Yeah, I am a big slasher fan. We were talking about them. She was good, thank you. I'm happy about that. The titles in Italian for like a lot of movie actually got mistranslated. I can think about like a lot of movies. Actually, your English is very good, thank you. The legendary trainer. Hello. It's nice to meet you. I'm a huge sucker for ASMR, especially this kind. Also like games and animals. I love games and animals too. Welcome to the stream. Blow Slinger, thank you for the follow. Metal Odyssey, thank you for the follow. And Trainer, thank you so much for the follow too. Your English is leaks higher than my Afrikaans. I mean, English was kinda easier for me to learn, mostly because I watched a lot of YouTube and I learned it that way. But trust me, I forget words very, very often. And this is awesome at this summer. Oh, thank you, Archie. You're too kind. I keep on punching my desk by accident. And also touching my mic by accident. I'm a rookie. You could say that. Yes, I'm basically new at ASMR. I've been doing it for just a couple of weeks. But I am doing my best to provide good quality ASMR. I just have like a small desk full of stuff, so I keep on stumbling into things when I move my arm. Because you might not know, but Italian people, you know the stereotype where we move our hands a lot while we're talking, that is 100% true. So I keep moving my hands, and I move them a lot, by the way. So I like extend my arms a little bit too much. GGR, thank you for the follow. Carbon Valley, thank you for the follow. You're all welcome to the Vampire Gang. I had to do Afrikaans for 12 years to pass school, and I still don't know it. I can't speak. I spoke French for 3 years straight for school, and all I can remember is how to tell people that I do not speak French. British and I love tea, gotta keep our stereotyping going, right? Yes, absolutely. Also, I love tea too. I'm a tea fan, #1 tea fan in my house, along my sister. We drink a lot of tea, even during summer. We are buying some cold tea because right now all we have left is like typical. You know, it's here in Italy. It's called English breakfast tea. It's the flavor. I like vanilla tea mostly. Oh, and I also love peach tea flavor and mango flavored, and also the one with ginger. I love tea. I've tasted a lot of different kind of teas. Coffee all the way. Yes, coffee is also good. I drink it after lunch with my grandma. Sorry, I have to cough. Can't give Hanzo too much info about me though. I like my blood to stay in my neck. Come on, Archie, I told you, I'm not drinking your Yesterday I had 8 cups of coffee and energy drinks. And you managed to sleep. That is impressive. That's very impressive. I think the oh you made me remember a funny story actually. I was 14. No, wait. 13 or 14. I don't remember. But I was in middle school, so actually I think 13. And I was on like a school trip. That the duration was like 3 or 4 days, maybe a week even. And we were staying at this place with my class, right? We were on an island, and it was my first day there. Like, well, at least the day after we arrived, and we had to get breakfast, and then we had to move for the activities. And I didn't drink coffee before that time. That was my first approach to coffee. And you know, when you have never tasted coffee, you don't know how much you should be drinking, because we have like the typical espresso coffee. But my only interaction, quote unquote, with it was seeing people in movies get whole big cups of coffee. The problem is that American and Italian coffees are pretty different. You can't drink the same amount of Italian coffee that you would do with American coffee, because American coffee has a lot less coffee and a lot more water than the coffee we drink here usually. That's why we drink just a small cup and not like a big Starbucks venti worth of coffee. But I didn't know that. I was 13, never tried coffee, never really cared about it, but I was feeling very sleepy, and there was like a cup, right? And we could fill our cups with whatever we wanted. And I thought, I'm very tired. I will fill this cup with coffee up to the brim. Yeah, I filled an entire tea cup of coffee. Espresso coffee, if you were wondering. Not even cappuccino. Plain black espresso coffee. I couldn't get past half the cup. I was feeling my heart beating so fast, and I was like, maybe that's too much coffee. Never drank another cup like that ever again. I learned a lesson that day, but it kept me going, so it kinda worked, I guess. Yes, oh no, wait. I lost this in the middle of my blood already. There's no chance I'm allowing you to take it. It's okay, don't worry. I'm sure someone else will be kind enough to let me take a little bite. Jamie stuck in a trance the other day with her vampire powers. Gotta keep on your toes around this vampire. That's not true. You're spelling lies. I never did that. If I get you into a trance, it's so you can sleep. Okay? I am not sus. I'm not a sussy baka vampire. I won't drink your blood without your permission, you know. I am a nice vampire, okay? Look at me. Does it look like I'm dangerous? I'm too smooth brained. No, yeah, I like coffee too. I just can't drink a lot of it without feeling way too powered up, I guess. Very healthy. Thank you for the follow. Welcome to the Vampire Gang. How are you? Coffee's good though, but I still prefer tea. Tea is the real deal. Gasarp TV, thank you for the follow. Welcome to the Vampire Gang. How are you? What's your favorite drink? Guys, besides coffee and tea. I think it's hot chocolate. I love it. When it's winter, I drink hot cocoa with some whipped cream on top and marshmallows if I have them. Make it a cup of tea. Oh, Archie, you have good taste. Oh, Pepsi. I don't like neither Pepsi or Coca-Cola. I think they're too sugary for me. I used to drink them when I was a child, but growing up my taste changed and now I can barely look at them. I also have to keep my diet under control because I have a couple of health problems. Mostly it's due to my family that has some values higher in my blood than other people, so I have to pay attention to what I eat and drink. Don't worry, and your people won't experience any SNS, itching, swelling, suspicious marks around your neck or blood loss. yeah, Lash is right. I don't bite people without consent. You won't experience anything that's related to blood loss. I promise you, I'm a good vampire. I need to fit into society, or I'm afraid that someone would try to hunt me down, you know. I'm doing so well here. I haven't killed anybody yet. That's progress compared to my old days, you know. A girl needs to survive somehow, don't judge me. Back in the days, you couldn't go up to people and ask them, hey, can I just suck your blood off? Like, for a little bit. Teeny tiny drops of blood, please. You'd get killed immediately. I have to survive. But, you know, veganism, today, it exists, right? You could say that I'm a vegan vampire because I drink blood from vegan sources. I'm not forcing anybody to give blood to me after all. Yet, well, I mean, if nobody wants to feed this whole vampire, I still need to survive somehow, you know. Don't want to see me thirsty or hungry, right? I promise you I've been innocent and nice and kind, and I won't bite or kill anybody. Unless of course someone comes to me trying to kill me first, you know. But I'm sure it won't happen because you're all nice, right? Right. should... Oh, voice crack. I should go back to writing my lore, because I have plans for a lore video for the debut, but I kinda wanna rewrite the script, because the one that I have right now, I don't really like it. There are a few things that should be rewritten, for sure. I have to sleep now, my eyes are getting heavy. Thank you for chilling with us. After the stream goes well, Flash, good night, bro, enjoy the rest of the stream. that seemed more like a threatening message towards Flash. Come on, I won't bite him, I promise. And also, Archie, good night. Thank you. Thank you so much for this gifted sub. Thank you. Matt, you're... Oh wait, oh god, wait. What a weird message. No, Archie gifted it. But why is Matt mentioned the notification message? I'm very confused. But Bug, thank you, Archie. Very kind of you. Here, a little kiss. Good night. Mwah. Mwah. Sleep well. A chat. A true chat. Good night. And sleep well. I wonder where my cat is. She was meowing like crazy before. I don't know why. I think it's because she wanted me to go to sleep with her. But when I followed her to the bathroom, she kinda stayed there. So I'm not sure. I poured her some water and I petted her, and then she started biting my leg, and I played with her a bit, and then she ran away, and I don't know where she is now. I love my cat, but she likes to play with my legs a little bit too much, because she often bites me when I'm walking past her, because she wants to play, and she's like, Mama, play with me. Mother, please, play with me. I will bite your ankles now. And she bites them, and it hurts. Because she's a little stupid. She doesn't know how to play with others. Unfortunately, she was a stray, so we raised her, and the lack of a mama cat and siblings probably made it hard for her to control her strength when biting onto things. At 6 p.m. they meow for food, and at 11 p.m. they meow for sleep time. Yeah, my cat is very special. She has a routine, and you need to follow her routine, or she gets angry, extremely angry, and she's like screaming and crying because you're not doing what she wants, and you just want to do your stuff. But nope, it's 7 p.m. Time to go outside. Time for my 10 minutes on the balcony, Mom. Come on, don't make me waiting. And then she starts meowing like meow 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 meow, like she's dying or something. And you have to bring her outside for those 10-15 minutes, and then she wants to go back because it's dinner time, and after dinner time around 9:30, 10, you have to Yashida, thank you for the follow. Welcome to the Vampire Gang. How are you? I love my cat. By the way, I love her a lot, but sometimes she's a little shit. But what can I do? It's a cat after all. Of course, they're gonna be particular, to say the least. I love cats. I have another one. She's an outdoor cat though. Unlike Mentina, which we were able to keep out indoor. And she's the other cat, Luna, it's her name. She's scared of everything. And she doesn't like Mentina. But they are recently interacting a little bit more and being friends with each other, and I'm so happy that they're finally going along. Animals are so great when they are behaving. Yeah, they are. My cat though, she's like a princess. She thinks she owns the place. And if you try to tell her that no, Mentina, you do not own this house, she just looks at you like, tell that to my face again. Come on. Peasant. Love my puppy to bits, and I don't think he could live without. Yeah, I think my cat is like afraid of being alone. She does this cutest thing ever when she's alone, because my dad works, my sister works, or she's sleeping. My mom's outside doing her own things, and like she hears me waking up and she runs at me meowing happily, and she's like bra, 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 bra. And then she runs at me and she wants me to pet her, and she licks my hands because she's happy. She gives me little kisses, and then she wants to sleep with me on my bed, and so she jumps on it and she sits on my stomach, or during winter she tries to get under the covers and she wants me to hug her. And I love Mentina, I really do. She's such a nice cat, so affectionate. He's a very anxious dog and he has always depended on me. Yeah, the same for my cat. We raised her because she had no mama, unfortunately. When I first got him, he wouldn't sleep unless he was with me, and it wasn't anything laid on top of my chest. Yeah, my cat too. She was like that, super scared of everything. And I'm happy that she's grown a little bit. She doesn't cry anymore. If she's alone in a room, we can go outside and she's fine as long as we come back the same day. Of course, someone needs to take care of the cat after all, but she's so sweet. She usually prefers to stay in the same room as me, though if I'm alone at home with her, like she's fine sometimes going to sleep in another room, but I must be in her line of sight until she falls asleep. Then I can like move around and stuff. But if she's not fully asleep, she tends to stand up and follow me around the house. She's such a cutie doll. I love her so much. She's my entire world. I love my animals a lot. My two cats are everything for me. Puppy always cries if no one's with him, especially for me. Yeah, my cat is almost 3 years old. She will be 3 this year at the end of July. He really can't bury home. He wants to be able to cope. Oh, poor thing. But I think he found a very nice home with you. Also, I want to see the doggo. I'm really curious. I post pictures of my cat a lot. If my friends ask me, actually, I haven't sent a picture of my cat to my D&D master, and I think he's very angry at me because of that. Because I will send him pictures of Mentina. I took one last time, but I forgot to send it to him. Okay, I need to send it to him. It's such a cute picture. Like my cat had her paw hanging out of her basket where she sleeps, and it was adorable. Her beanies were on show for everybody. They were squishy and soft. So cute. Her tiny paw. I love cats so much, and Mentina, I think, especially because she's the first cat that I raised by hand. Like she would fit in my palm when we got her. She was so tiny and fragile. Maya, hello. I think we have a record here. Yeah, there are a lot of people. I'm talking about my cat, so I don't have to think about anxiety because I'm very anxious. But you know, it's a ASMR. Gotta be chill. And talking about Mentina is always nice. Makes me happy. Oh, let me see. Let me see if I can pull up a picture of her when she was small. A tiny thing. I think I have one. I just need to find it. It is somewhere here. I need to figure out where. Okay, let me filter JPEGs. There it is. Okay, this is one of the cutest pictures I have of her. This is from 1 year ago, I believe. Look at her. She was so tiny back then and less fat. She's a bit fat now. She should go on a diet, and we try to keep her on a diet, but sometimes she eats a little bit too much because my parents keep on feeding her even though she just ate. Thankfully she's not too heavy. She just needs to eat a little bit less junk food. Okay. Yeah, she was so tiny. Now it's like this. Wait, I'm pretty sure I have a picture of grown-up Mentina as well on my PC. Yes, okay. basically, this is a picture that I took last year, towards the end. Look at her. She had to go to the vet for a visit, and she was angry with us. So she hid in the kitchen near the bottles. You see the sponge behind her? That's one of her favorite toys. She likes to take it around the house and throw it everywhere, and then she likes to jump on it. She likes it, I don't know why. She steals sponges if you're not careful. Like, she takes them when you're not looking. We lost like 10 sponges because she kept stealing them. Hello, Bug. Yes, I'm a little bit tired. But, you know, I would do anything to show my cat around and talk about it. So me being tired is nothing. Nikolai 1246 Thank you for following. Welcome to the Vampire Gang. How are you? I have a pic of my puppy somewhere with him in bed, and the sun came through my red curtains and it looked like a filter. Oh, seems like a very cute picture. I have more pictures of Mentina actually. Let me take the last one. I promise this is the last one. Pinky promise. Because if I keep on sharing pictures of my cat, we will never end this live stream. Okay, yes, this was from the... I took this 2 weeks ago. I sent it to friends on Discord, so copy the link. She was looking outside of the window below my desk. Look at her, she's so pretty and adorable. I love her so much. Ah yes, I think we're all a little bit tired here. I sure am. Got a busy day. Loaf cat. Yes, it's a loaf. A very dangerous loaf. If you try to eat it, she will bite back. But she's also very soft. Super soft. A fluffy and soft loaf with 2 big eyes that usually have a stupid expression. Oh yeah, also a pillow, but you know, I wouldn't use her as a pillow because she likes to eat hair. Every time I get out of the shower and my hair is still wet, I don't know why she likes to bite on it as if it's a fine lunch, I guess. She sees wet hair and she goes, ooh, my favorite food. Let me just take a bite. You know, just one bite, and then like if I try to move her away, she won't. She gets angry at me because I want to let her eat my wet hair. Like, girl, calm down. You have food inside this house. You're not dying of hunger. Why are you gonna bite my hair like this? Come on. But regardless, I love her. I can't scold her too much. Nice dark black cat. Thank you. Her name is Mentina, which could translate to small mind, or like, well, that's the literal translations. But Mentina is like, you know, that little candies, I guess, that you eat to refresh pups, and they got pregnant, they scratched the leather couches and they're outbred. They were so much trouble. Yeah, unfortunately, having cats that breed uncontrollably is not a good thing, because then you are responsible for a lot of cats and you need also to find them a home, and sometimes the breeding gets out of hand. Like my fuck, I don't remember the word in English, but let's see. One of my relatives had like a lot of cats that lived at her house. Some were her cats, but they kept on breeding because she lived in like a place where not a lot of cars passed by, so the cats often roamed around, and she had the problem because they kept on breeding and breeding and breeding, and she was full of cats. She didn't have the situation under control, and then finally, after like probably 15 years, if not more, like she was able to catch the cats that were breeding and making more cats, and she was able to give away the kittens so they wouldn't grow up, and she sterilized, and like she, did bring them, she brought them to the vets so they would go under the operation to not produce more kittens. But like for a lot of time they were causing troubles because they kept on breeding and she couldn't control them all. Yeah. 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 They had 19 kittens all together, and they moved them around the house, and they ended up with 3 dead kittens, so we basically gave all the cats to a cat lady. Yes, that's what I meant. Like, you can't keep an eye on all the kittens, and some end up dying because they don't have the proper space to have like to be completely safe, and that's a shame. And uncontrolled breeding is a problem for everybody, and my relative was in the same situation basically. 9 kittens were behind her TV cabinet and they beat on the wires. Yes, that's awful. Like, luckily at least my relative had like a room where she could keep most of the cats. So like, well, it wasn't inside her house, it was like near the house, sort of like, I wanna say a shed, but a storage room of some sort that was still like repaired from the outside, and she kept like wood there along with some other things for like the garden, and she prepared like some beds for the cats where they could stay. But you see, the problem also is that sometimes the kittens can be born with defects and diseases that you need to check for, and not everybody checks for them, unfortunately. I got one cat that came from this situation of a controlled breeding that had problems, but he was used being outside and he was always away, so we didn't notice the symptoms while we had him, and he lived like 6 years, and then he died because of an cause disease. And also PSA, keep your cats inside all the time. Don't let your cats go outside alone. Do you need to do what you would do with your dogs? You wouldn't let your dog roam around alone. Then you shouldn't let your cats do the same. I am very passionate about that because of the situation I went through with my ill cat that died because we couldn't see him when he was not feeling fine, since he was far from us. He was somewhere in our neighbor's gardens and we couldn't know he was sick because he was almost never home. Keep your cats safe, guys. It's very important. Same Dunkin' bread, both of them. Yeah, that's what happened to my relative too. Like, she had a couple of female cats, and then this male bred all of them, and she found herself in a situation she couldn't control because they gave birth far from her house to then come back, and she had like a lot of cats, and she gave away those that she could give away, but there were so many she couldn't find homes for everybody. Oh, Joby1 Kenobi, welcome, thank you for the follow. Welcome to the Vampire Gang. How are you? Let me drink, wait. Oh, tangerines. Yes, please. I love them. I will gladly accept your offer. Stray-Volk, hello. Welcome. I also love apricots. I have a lot of apricots. I love prunes too. They're tasty. And strawberries. I love strawberries. But yeah, especially with cats, because I've been around them all of my life, I am very passionate about taking care of cats and pets in general. You know, growing up, I've learned that sometimes the way people teach you to care of animals is not the right one. For example, I've grown up with my family letting cats outside because we're not in a small town. Not a lot of people actually come by except the families that come to pick up their children from the elementary school, which like it's just for 10 minutes, but the parking lot near my house is always full. But yeah, like besides that, it's pretty chill place where to live. But still, there are dangerous things that could hurt my cats, and I don't want them to get hurt, and that's why I advocate for letting cats stay inside. It's important. Like you wouldn't, again, you wouldn't let your dog outside alone. Why would you let your cat go around alone? It's the same thing for me. It's important to keep your pets safe. Whoa. Homemade apricot jam. Nice. Is it good? To love animals of all kinds. And don't worry, I I care about this a lot personally, but like as long as you're keeping your animals safe, you're doing good. Oh, thank you for reminding me to stretch, Buck. can say, talking from experience, is do not get animals to kids, because most of them won't be able to properly take care of them. Even if they tell you, oh please, I will take care of them, they won't. They won't, not properly at least, because it's a bigger responsibility, and unfortunately it's too big for kids unless you want an animal yourself and you have kids, but you're able to take care and you want to take care of the animal, then go for it. Otherwise, I think it's a waste, and it's not good for the animals too, because they're in an environment and in a car that's not good for them. Okay, I wanted a bunny when I was a kid. I really wanted a bunny, but I was too young and I didn't really understand that if I get a bunny, I need to take care of the bunny. And my parents got me one, and I took care of it for like 1 month, and then as all kids do, they get tired of like responsibilities, and it ended up like being under the care of my parents and my grandma. And yeah, I still played with it, but I wasn't as interested, and it still had a long life because I've had them for like 10 years. Yeah, I would say 10, a little bit more maybe, and it was already like a bigger bunny when we got it. But you know, I feel bad about that bunny because I know I didn't take care of it properly, and I feel bad. I feel bad because I could have given him a better care, but I didn't because I was too small, and I wanted to do anything else besides cleaning the cage, cleaning its poop, giving it food, and stuff like that, you know. I didn't want to have to deal with that. And now that I've grown, if I wanted to get a bunny, I am responsible enough to understand that if I'm not willing to put up with all the responsibility of taking care of it, then all I will do is watch cute bunny videos on the internet. You know, it's still another living being. You can't treat it as a toy. That's unfair towards him, you know. Seen terrible things on the news, like kids with suffocate talking or some. Yeah, some kids. Maybe some do that on purpose, because unfortunately there are people that like to harm animals and they disgust me, but some like end up accidentally hurting the animals without even realizing, you know. I used to have a fish in a tank and I tried to feed them but overfed them and they died. Yes, that happened to me too when I was like 6. Yeah, you can definitely overfeed them, especially if you keep them in a small aquarium with not an adequate filter, because if you don't have a filter, you shouldn't have fishes in the first place. But like, you know, goldfishes at a lot of festivals, people just give them away, and that's another thing. If you win a goldfish to such festivals, like, you should be giving it proper care, like get a decent aquarium, get a filter, get the proper environment for the fish. Like, don't be like child me who just won like 10 of them, got like those small plastic aquariums with that, like they're like 30 centimeters per 30 or something like that. They were too small, they had no filter. Unfortunately, it was too small too young to understand that it was a torture for those fishes to live there, and I still regret it. But if you're a kid and nobody tells you, you can't know. And that's also why I think people should educate their kids more before getting them a pet, because a lot of times they get themselves into situations that they can't how could I say that they get themselves in situations that are too much for them to handle. They can't handle them, and it ends up hurting the animals, unfortunately. I've been doing so much because of my puppy. You must feed food and water and clean, but also he gets sick and he has nervous bladder and wheeze when he's nervous. Yeah, my cat got to the hospital 2 times for when she was a kitten. Once because she has diarrhea as a small kitten, and she had to stay under control for a week, and then she came back home, and thankfully she was fine. And the other time she went there because of her eye. It got all swollen up. It was terrible. I cried both times. I was so anxious, and she risked of losing her eye at the time too. But thankfully, we managed to bring her to the vet in time. It was like 1 a.m. when I saw her eye all swollen up, and I thankfully my dad was he was sleeping. I woke him up. And we brought her to the emergency vet, and we were able to save her eye in the end. I think an animal is a lot of work, really, like especially if they're small, if they're young too. How much puppy diarrhea involved? Yeah, it can get very nasty. I remember when my cat was small and I was basically her mom, and I had to make her go to the bathroom, because when cats are teeny tiny and barely born, they are unable to go pee-pee by themselves. You have to help them. Like the mama cat usually licks their butt to stimulate them, but when there's no mama cat around, you are the one that needs to help them go to the bathroom. And I'm not gonna lie, it's kinda disgusting, but I had to do what mama cat couldn't do because she wasn't there. And in the end, all the energies that I put into taking care of my cat, they were all worth it. I love her so much. I would do it all over again. My one cat was allergic to catnip. Oh no. We had toys full of catnip she loved, but her eyes were swollen her eye. Oh, poor cat. Well, guys, it's almost 3 a.m. where I live, so I think it's time for me to go to sleep. Okay, let me see. You can reread. Thank you so much for all the raids and for all the follows. You're all great. Okay, let's go. Benjamin Dayton is small streamer. I like his avatar. I like the shade of blue of his hair. Okay, let us read him. Okay. Okay, here is the read message that you can copy and paste. socials. If you want to follow me on them, feel free to. And I have a Discord server that you can join. Guys, thank you so much.